Hi, Bim here. You're watching the 6th devlog video in my series following the creation of Entangled. Why is the 6th video labeled as 5? The answer to your question begins in the year 1962, when Martin Richards created zero-based indexing, beguiling countless unwary young programmers to get index out-of-range errors. Why the history lesson? Because I have an expensive degree that I don't use, and it can't have been for nothing. Right? Speaking of for nothing, only 45% of you watching right now are subscribed to this channel. If you like my content and this video, please consider smashing that like button and hitting subscribe. It would mean so much for this channel and for me. Where was I? So Martin Dick. Yay! This week I achieved 2 of my objectives. Well, 3 if you include horrifying my friends by mounting cat heads for their cat crimes against the server. Offenders include Mr. Fuzzle, tried for sodomizing a local cow, and Snuffles, tried for peeing in the water elevator. No crime left unpunished, no punishment undeserved. I also happen to work on Entangled, starting with some unfinished business. The movement script. Now, I didn't know if I was going to even have slopes in my game, but by God, no movement script of mine would be bound by some squares. With the addition of much needed lubricant, and clever use of my slope detection tool, I was able to sanguinely slide some slopes while pretending to be a square. All it took was changing my player collider to a circle anytime I encountered an angle. Otherwise, we would stick to the loved and trusted box collider. Trust. It's a funny thing. It takes time to build, time that I don't have. For just this moment, I ask you to trust me when I say I have no fucking clue what I'm doing when it comes to art. So, like any hack game developer, I leaned heavily into the Unity particle system. Did I say leaned heavily? I meant entirely. Do you see my flashing foliage? I, Bim the tree, am entirely made of particles. The extent of my artistic skills is completely dependent on my sweet and talented girlfriend. And Pinterest color swatches. Instead of whispering sweet nothings into your ears, I will tell you straight, Entangled's art will be no different. Entangled is not only a puzzle platforming game. I have dreams of it being a puzzled metroidvania where completing puzzles unlocks new regions in the map. In the future. The main character is an immortal time-traveling problem solver who can only move forwards in time once they've ensured their own survival by preparing the world that they live in. The player will have free reign over any point in time they've existed in, capable of undoing or returning to puzzles in the past to change the future. This is what led to me prototyping my first level art. Grass. But not just any grass. Grass made out of Unity particles. Inspired by Entangled's time-traveling premise, I created the first version of a season transition that would be used when moving forwards and backwards through time. I hope you like it. There are some obvious improvements to be made, like changing lighting and adding post-processing. I'll be fiddling with those in the future, but for now, I'll just give you a wink and a nod and pat your butt out the door. Thanks for watching.